This is the detailed video on the Room tab of the control screen. So we have rooms coming down the page and dates going across the page, with each cell, like Conway here, being a room for a night. So if we look at Conway, it's a corporate booking for Walmart. Conway is in room 104, which is a king regular room. So in my sample data, I've got king regular, double regular, KD is king deluxe, etc. And Conway is in for Tuesday, June the 2nd, 2020. My sample data is set out in 2020. Each of the colored bars is a reservation, and the color shows the status. So the dark blue ones are not guaranteed, the green ones are guaranteed. That might be not confirmed and confirmed. It might be deposit not paid, deposit paid. The lighter blue ones here are in-house now. The gray ones were in, but they've checked out. You can assign a specific color as a visual reminder. This is a do not move one, the purple. The red ones are out of service. So it's very visual in terms of how it looks. We can see colored bars are reservations, and the blank space is availability. We can see here a long weekend, 2 days plus a third day. And we have groups like Kodak here. If I look at Kodak with the shaded lines, I can double click Kodak, and I can see that Kodak is comprised of 3 reservations, 2 double regulars, and a king deluxe, with Kodak paying for the room and tax, and perhaps the guest paying for the incidentals. These colored squares next to the room numbers are the room status colors. A blue one means the room is clean, so when Amici and Amici arrive, we can check them in directly, or when Prader arrives. The green says this room is a walk-in room, it's vacant, it's clean, it's available for at least one night. And the yellow and red show outstanding maintenance incidents, with the red room being closed.
Another very handy feature is being able to check availability by date. Up in the date part of the screen, I can just highlight, let's say, 4 days, and say, show me what's vacant or what's available. And it filters away all the rooms that are not available, so you can see in turn what is available. Another very handy feature of modern software is right click. So on the mouse we have a right click button I can click. I can change housekeeping status, I can add housekeeping notes, I can raise a maintenance incident. If applicable, I can do check-ins and check-outs. I can split by date and by room. I can swap reservations to a different room or move them. I can do all kinds of things, many of which don't require us to even leave this screen. So it's a very, very powerful modern feature. Right click with a whole page of things to do.
And we can get more detail right on this screen here. We can right click and there's a whole set of action items, including a detailed window. So for this particular room, we can see a reservation number, we can see the guest, we can see the rates that are being charged, we can see any comments that are in the room, and we can see the day's summary, that there's 2 people here that are due to check in. There's a time navigator down here, which is a little different than a regular one because there is no beginning and end of time, unless you're a philosopher. T says come back to today, single arrow say move a day, double arrow say move a week, and triple arrow say move a screenful out through time, returning back to today. We can also navigate to a specific sort of named day, or we can just use a calendar icon to go and select a day like that. So this display is showing 1 line per room. I can scroll down and I can see my meeting rooms are down here, because we can book meeting rooms for less than 1 day. We can, in this case here, we've got 2 meetings here. I'll go look at the detail window. I can see the day's summary showing 2 different events for this particular room here. One from 10 till noon, one from 1 till 6. Now there'll be a separate movie for meeting rooms and how the meeting rooms work. So this screen is very busy, it's very visual, it's full of color, it's full of symbols, but it's designed this way to give you the maximum amount of information without having to go elsewhere. For instance, there's an underlined color here showing this lime green, which means this one is a media reservation. This one is a corporate reservation with the purple. All these things are user definable, but it's a way to code more information onto the screen. A little plus mark means this is part of a larger reservation. So very visual, very compact, very, very useful information.